The woman wanted to inherit her husband's fortune. As she looked around, a bold idea suddenly came to her mind. She tricked the wealthy man into jumping into the river to play in the water. When the rich man didn't resurface for a long time, Lisa thought her plan had succeeded, but to her surprise, her husband suddenly appeared from behind the boat. It turned out that the rich man had just been joking with her. Lisa smiled faintly, but behind that smile hid a murderous intent. She glanced toward the cliff across the river and suggested that he swim over and perform a cliff dive. Eager to please, the rich man quickly swam to the cliff under Lisa's expectant gaze. After taking a deep breath, he gathered his courage and leapt off. The impact was so great that it made anyone dizzy. Lisa looked around but couldn't find any sign of her husband coming ashore. Outwardly, she pretended to shout for help for a long time, but inside, she was delighted that her plan had worked. However, her joy didn't last long before she realized a serious problem. She had completely forgotten that she didn't know how to drive a speedboat. Now trapped on the boat, Lisa panicked helplessly. She began shouting desperately for help, but no matter how loud she screamed, no one answered. The stillness on the water was suffocating. Helplessly, Lisa sat on the boat and cried, but she knew that wasn't a solution. To survive, she decided to try starting the boat. After fumbling with the controls, the boat's anchor actually lifted. Then she pushed the lever, and the speedboat roared to life. But in her panic, she forgot to steer, and the boat spun wildly in circles. Lisa was terrified. She rushed to the stern, shouting for help, but there was no response. In a hurry, she ran back to the driver's seat and pulled out the key. Yet in her nervousness, she accidentally dropped the key into the river. Although the boat stopped spinning, she quickly noticed an even deadlier problem. The speedboat was drifting toward the edge of a waterfall. Realizing the danger, Lisa grabbed her belongings and prepared to jump, but when she reached the back of the boat, she remembered she couldn't swim. Fortunately, she spotted a life ring on board. Without hesitation, she threw it into the river, but as she watched it float farther and farther away, Lisa realized that might not have been the right way to use it. Seeing the boat nearing the edge of the cliff, she had no choice but to hide inside the cabin. Curling up in a corner, she prayed for a miracle to happen.